everyone. Welcome to Demon Slayer Burning Ashes. Or more lines, I don't know, anything I can come up with at this point. I kind of lost the soul, or more lines, the passion for recording things. As you can tell, I don't feel cheery today, because I used to really like recording things, but, you know, kind of dived down when I started running out of ideas. When I started running ideas, I tried to come up with more. Those ideas kind of crashed down, and, you know, everything else kind of just dipped. So it's more of a... You're not gonna just... Okay, I should have set out my inventory. Hold on, let me do that real quick now. Get rid of there. What was that? Somebody just jumped on my desk. I have no idea what the thing was. Probably a fly. Those things are flipping to random locations. Let's finish this. Anyways, I don't know. I'm probably gonna think of what if Deku was or had a meat quirk or something like that. As in, not a demon, because I kind of but more of just a monster, or the quirk forces him to kind of eat things, you can say. Like, the thing is that it has okay, so the quirk itself is a mass quirk. It increases the mass, but in return basically increases everything else. So the quirk's downfalls are basically him having to eat people in order for the quirk to work. The more people he eats, the more mass he gains. And it's not like, you know, oh, like actual, you know, body masses and, you know, he get fat or anything like that. But more lines, almost like a mimic, or what's a good example? Just one of those D&D mimics, I guess. I guess they could, like, as long as they have the mass to transform into something, they can, you know, probably complicating too much. Basically, what I'm saying is, kind of, it's weird. It's almost like amalgamation. The more people he eats, the stronger he gets. That's basically how it is. And the thing is, due to his quirk, he's forced to do this. Any other food, like chicken, rice, you know, anything that's food related or cooked, he can only eat raw things, which is the downfall of the quirk. The downfall of the quirk is, you know, he lives a normal life, pretty normal life. I mean, he still has his quirk. His moral line's not awakened yet, since, you know, he's never put in a survival-based scenario, and since the, you know, quirk itself is based upon survival to, like, the most extremist extent, it's kind of just, you know, he's hanging around Bakugo, right? You know, Bakugo trying to, you know, bully some kid. My guy just tries to stand up for him. You know, I'm gonna just, because, I mean, why not? If I can't have it, no one else can. Anyways, think of it as a new character than a barbarian, elf, or whatnot. Think of it as a shapeshifter or homunculus. That's a good way to explain it. The more souls a homunculus has, at least I think that's how it works, the stronger it is. So almost like a Fullmetal Alchemist thing, but the only difference is that it's not souls, it's people. Almost like Resident Evil, I guess, to a certain extent. But yeah, he's basically like, okay, kind of just chilling out of nowhere, you know. Bakugo's like, haha, nerd, tried to pushing him, you know, inevitably kind of pushes him a little bit too far, inevitably having like half of his face blown off by Bakugo. And man's core kind of force activates towards survival instinct. And through that, you know, kind of his eyes would more likely to turn red or some sort of sharp animalistic like color to it. And we immediately just go on a rampage trying to either eat Bakugo or trying to attack him, wherever comes first. And you know, he immediately bites, like, I'll say, he bites Bakugo's hand like a chunk out of it. Just yumps, like, just grabs or bites out a chunk out of Bakugo. His arm, not killing him, but you know, just kind of making it to the point where he's kind of just missing a chunk of his arm. And in this time, my guy is kind of like, where am I? He's kind of in his mindscape. So he meets his, how would you say, not Hollow Ichigo, but if you ever seen Naruto, the Kurama clan, where they have this dojutsu where it's basically like their instincts talking to them or whatnot, that's basically what Deku has. He's basically able to communicate or directly talk to his instincts. And, you know, if he doesn't have enough food or anything like that, his instincts will take over. So he has to constantly eat food. Or people. Which he kind of hides this fact. The doctors are only able to say that he needs, you know, any type of food or anything. It's almost like he eats food. They'll think of it as almost like a healing or regeneration quirk, but to the cost of eating food. Because I'll say, like, an eye popped out. I'll say, like his eye popped out when he used explosions. His eye popped out. I'll say, like, almost what Black Noir was in that one scene where half of his face was just effed up. But yeah, that's basically what it looked like. You know, biting a chunk of his arm healed a little bit of it, or at least popped his socket back into place. Because, you know, realistically, if you had a grenade pinpoint accuracy, you're guaranteed to at least not die, but at least suffer, like, you know, lowest casualty, at least suffer, like, major flipping, like, burns to your forehead, or just face in general. I mean, yes, they're not a full effect of a grenade, since, you know, he's still a kid, but it's still a pretty decent explosion, though. At least, like, I'll say a big firecracker about, if not an entire, like, stomp to the face. Yeah, what was that? Yeah. That was so weird. Shit came out of nowhere, too. Sorry about that. I found what was jumping on the thing. It was a random fly, not a fly, but ladybug that came out of nowhere. Yo, let's see what power level. No, I'm good, G. I ain't want the smoke, bro. I'm trying to get 50k, bro, because I want the swag, bro. I need the swag. The swag. Okay, what was I think it was this one. Tool party. No, sorry, L. I don't want L. I'm pretty strong, but not like what I can be. Or not what I used to be. Because I'm pretty sure I used to be flipping terrifyingly strong. At least max flipping rank strong. But even so, you know what I don't get about this game? They have a max level 400, but yet the ranking system is so BS. Because I feel like the ranking system should go with your level. Because you can literally see, like, I'll say a level 100 or level, like, 80 dude be, like, full rank, like, max rank. And then you'll see, like, flipping this dude 400 and being, like, Kanado or something like that. I don't know. In my opinion, I feel like the ranks should be fixed with their level. We need a lot more missions, because all we have is strong and weak demon missions. We literally have nothing else. That's literally all we have in this game. Besides, and even the flipping demons have more than us. Like, bruh, they literally have the option to eat any player they want without any backlash, and we have to kill demons only, which is kind of BS. But yeah. Then again, you got Human Slayer and there's a ranking, even though I don't think it's a ranking in the actual canon. I guess I don't think so. It probably is, but I don't think so. Because, the thing with this, man, in my opinion, I feel like you should be max rank and then get Demon Blood in order to get Kokoshibo, or become Kokoshibo, or a hybrid. Since basically that's how easy it was for Kokoshibo to get it. He's literally very strong, and just pretty sure he's max rank too. Nowhere near as strong as Yoichi, but still strong in his own right. And then just got Demon Blood, just become a demon or hybrid, basically. And then for a hybrid, man, you gotta go versus Kokoshibo, you gotta get the stupid 200k bottle, you gotta do all this other BS, you gotta find a flute. It's just whack, bro, in my opinion. I don't like it, the way you gotta do it. Anyways, enough of that. Yeah, kind of just random ideas, I guess. Yeah. I mean, this is only an idea thing. I'm not really trying to do like a gameplay or anything like that. Just like ideas. Black Noir Batman Deku. I don't know, man. I have a picture of it. Black Noir Deku. Almost like a fusion of Black Noir with a Batman. Looks kind of fire, not gonna lie. Might do that one, though. All I really gotta say is that, Dr. Ochiko had like, I don't know, a grandson or something. And, somehow that's Deku. And, Deku had, like, cancer or something. And in order to, cure the cancer, he had to put him almost in a nomufication, what they did to Dabi. But, since, Dabi had a quirk and, Izuku doesn't, all it would really do is just basically turn his body inhuman, or at least just what Dabi has. Basically, no pain. He has, like, no pain tolerance. Basically, he feels no pain. Like, that shit, like, don't fit. It don't affect him. And he's super strong. I feel like they would rewrite his, like, DNA, and then rewrite his, like, just molecule structure, or, physiology structure. His muscle mass will be increased, due to being technically hybrid Nomu thing. Human hybrid Nomu, what Dabi is. Part Nomu, basically. Basically, super strength, super speed, basically super everything. He feels no pain. And, he has no idea that, his grandfather, Dr. Ochiko, works with All For One at all. So, that's when the hero commission's like, hey, this kid, he may be crookless, but he pretty fit, bro. You're not gonna lie. He pretty good at fighting, Pretty good at flipping falling directions. We can do the same thing we did to Lady Nagant, basically blob dog. I'll say they do like maybe like a 10-month thing with him. Like, they don't take him for like an entire, years and just, study him like a lab, like what they did to boys. Kind of had flipping Homelander just basically be raised in a lab. Have to strap a bomb to him just to even do effects or anything like that. But yeah, that's not like a 10-month thing. It was more like I'll say Midoriya, his mother just passed away. He can't find his grandfather at all. I'll say Hero Commission was like, hey yo, we've seen you lately. We've seen you at the Sludge Villain, We see how far you've come, You kind of strong. Not gonna lie. How would you like a job for about 10 months? You feel me? As you know, through time, you would get experience, and these experiments are like Black Ops, like heavy duty, like Suicide Squad type jobs and stuff. Like type missions. Basically, almost time chamber like thing. So basically, all the experience people would usually get in like a year, this man can get in like 10 months or like a century into months, basically. Because he's doing like survival of the fittest again. Because remember, he's like basically a human hybrid Nomu. Human Nomu hybrid. Hybrid Nomu. Whatever you would like to call it. But yeah. And he would look like a combination of Black Noir and Batman. First, he would look like Black Noir. And then, you know, the entire organization would kind of shut down. Or, you know, at least that part of the association. By, I'll say, the League of Villains, they kind of captured it as like their own to create super soldiers, I guess. And, you know, Batman, or, you know, his dick, who was like, I gotta go. He dips. Basically decides to be a vigilante, being called the Batman. And since, you know, he's not rich, he gotta, you know, stick with the suit he had from the Hero Association. I'll say he does have pairs, but then again, you know, I mean, who doesn't have like a spare suit? So he has a couple spare suits, but like they're not all with him. They're more like spread out in like different, you know, bases and whatnot. So he has to like go looking for like each base and whatnot to get each of the suits. And you know, he kind of edits the suits to kind of look like Batman, basically. And during this, he's basically all alone, trying to like figure out some sort of guidance in life, as he would inevitably meet Stain. He wouldn't be in UA, because I feel like, I mean, not yet, at least in this timeline. He would be in UA, I'll say, till the I'll say till the USJ. I don't think he would go until the USJ, because technically he still clarifies as a Hero Association spy or Hero Association hero. So he would just kind of bump into you as like, hey, yo, yeah, Hero Association, bro. Yeah, you need help with this Nomu? I got you. Aim for the brain. Kind of obvious, you know, kind of have a giant brain. Every movement, every thought, every kind of thing is kind of run by the brain. You kill the brain, Nomu can't think, basically becomes Dame bread if you stab it. So yeah, he would know it's not human, because he knows he himself is technically part Nomu. He knows he's not normal like other people. Like that normalcy was gone as soon as his like father, as soon as they agreed to like cure his cancer. Like he's just nah, he ain't human. Literally, I'll say Monamo or some BS like that. Try to test him, because I'll say Nezu tried to like, hey yo, I don't know who you are, but yo, Noara, you know I got a place. You look kind of young. I'm just saying, you looking for a place to stay? You know, looking some like education, free education. You feel me? You know, we can get you free food. You know, if you become a student, we can get you free food, free, you know, rent. You know, basically for everything. All you gotta do is, you know, just help our students. You know, we teach you, you teach us. You know, kind of thing. You scratch my back, I scratch yours. You feel me? As you know, basically, Dick was like, I bet she free stuff. Am I I can't decline free. As you know, he would always have his hero suit on. No, like, doesn't matter. Like, man's not gonna call liking. Like, we haven't seen Black Noir without his full suit. Like, we've seen him, his face reveal, but we haven't seen him without his suit. Or at least I don't think so. It's been a while since I've seen it, but yeah. Yeah, so he always has the suit on. Like, people kind of just go into the classrooms like, what a wonderful day after the USJ. As you see, you just see his dad Zawa just in flipping corner, all bandaged up, just sleeping. You know, as soon as everyone comes, okay, everyone, took too long to shut up. Yo, this is like your new, you know, classmate, Black Noir, Black Noir Batman. I'll probably come up with a name, Black Batman, Black Noir Batman, Black Noir. Because, I don't know, just comment down below your idea, I guess, for a name. Black Noir Batman. I feel like that'd be too long for a title, though. Night Noir? Night Bat? No. Super Soldier? Nah. Why not Dark Knight? I can't think of anything. I mean, they're both wearing black. They're both basically silent most of half the time people are talking to them. So, at least for certain DC points, Batman's just quiet. I mean, he is what it is. Kids a lot of things to himself. So Dark Knight or Arkham Knight, I don't know. I'll probably just use the name even though it's not directly him, so it's technically Jason Todd, but that's, you know, neither here nor there. But yeah. Batman Dark Knight, but yeah. Anyways, yeah, basically that happens. I'll say Monoma was like, now, I feel like he wouldn't be in the sports festival knowing that UA've seen, like, I'll say he has like a folder of like his missions and stats, and he's only gone on 2 kill missions, almost like, you know, young, you know, basically, you know, child soldier, basically. Like, they molded this man into like a killing machine. He knows if he fights, he may not kill the person, but he snorting them bones. Like, he breaking them bones, bro. Like, he ain't holding back. He aiming for bones, bro. Like, he aiming for hard bones. What I mean, this man will leave Konski crippled. Like, this man will take no back talk. If you talk trash, this man will grab your finger and bend it like 7 different ways. Oh my god. Okay. Hello there, you lovely demon. Would you please go against everyone else? I would not like to die, thank you. Why are there like 7 demons? I forgot. I didn't even finish my explosive slat. Ah, yo, bokeh! Why? No. I spent too much time to get 10k. No. I spent too much of my time to get 10k. You're not killing me. I'm going in the lava. Peace. Can't touch this. No, can't touch this. Anyways. Yeah, basically. He's basically that. They basically know that if he fights, he doesn't hold back. Like, even he was taught not to hold back, literally, by the Hero Association. So he doesn't hold back at all. So when he punches, he can punch through concrete. That's all I gotta say. Steel doors, as long as, like, he can punch through steel doors. So, like, maybe not one punch steel doors, but he can most definitely break one down. Like, it has to be reinforced steel. Basically one of those safe door. Even so, given enough time, he can probably punch through that, honestly, given enough time. Now, with a human skull, one punch a human skull off bat. Like, human skull ain't nothing to him. If he wants to, he can probably look at Kotsky, grab his head, and just flipping Omni-Man, Homelander, that stuff from Death Battle, just like, eat your heart. Basically, just squish his head whole with one hand, basically. So, yeah, it's ridiculous. He's just like that, bro. Like, it's ridiculous. But, yeah, he has super strength and just super speed. Not super speed as in, like, you know, you can barely see him, but super speed as in, I'll say X-Men First Class Beast back when he was still human. When they're training him to use his monkey feet around, I think it was like, circle. It was like, what's it? A track, racing track, where you can see him basically run around and just catch up to Charles within like seconds of like running around the track that fast, I'll say. So like super speed, but like not super speed. Still humanly possible. So basically just fastest man in the world type of speed. Without, you know, powers, of course. He's very durable. No normal human can punch him. Like, if you punch him, you'll probably break your wrist. Unless you have a quirk, you're not doing any sort of damage to him. Normal people can't do any damage to him. Unless you're using a quirk, you're not doing your damage to him. At all. You'll break a bat on this man's head. Literally, man will look behind him. He would look into your soul. Inconsistent. It would just continue to beat and take your soul away by crushing your bones and your spirit. And he knows how to fight dirty. He knows how to find anybody you love and stuff. Like, if, let's say if you're a villain, right? And you're trying to, I'll say you got a wife at home and you're a villain and, you're not a good person. So he's like, hey, yo, you got some kids here, kind of a shame if your kids found out, you're a villain. It's crazy, bro. So he's like, he's messed up, but not as far messed up as in the comics or the flippin' show. At least I don't think he's shown. He's pretty messed up in the show. He literally was all burned up and literally gave, I think it was like a child or something, like a toy, toy rabbit. He messed up, but like, he not that messed up. He blunt, but like, not that blunt. Maybe, I may make him that blunt, but, very debatable. Very debatable. But yeah. Put you there, put you there, put you there, put you there. But yeah. That's basically what I'm saying. What other? Oh yeah, back to the other one. So basically, Midoriya's quirk will be. I haven't thought of a name honestly. I'll call it amalgamation because technically, if he really wanted to, if any of you seen the manga, how Shigaraki has like that quirk singularity with like his arm where like grows out into like almost a grotesque looking like multi-arm thing, like the hand demon from Demon Slayer. Yeah, that's if he has enough mass, he can probably do that. So he'll probably think he'd be more lines like what was it? What was he? He was like he's almost forced to do this. Technically, he has to. Because, if he doesn't, he'll deteriorate, almost like Jigen from Naruto. If he doesn't eat, human flesh, he'll start deteriorating. Worst outcome, he dies from deterioration. Best outcome, he'll become a husk and kind of wouldn't move. Like, almost like a shell. He'd become a shell. Or a mummy until, give him blood and then he'll start regenerating. Like, almost damn near immediately. Or not blood, but like human flesh, almost damn near immediately. But yeah. He'll be able to make claws. Like, as long as he has enough of that item or material in that, human or mass. Like, how people say, if you kill, make a weapon out of the blood of your enemies, or make the iron of the blood of your enemies, or something like that. If he eats, like, I'll say, like, 100 or something people, he'll be able to make, like, a sword or something, or, like, metal claws. And since it's not milding, he doesn't have any access metal, since it's kind of a part of him. So all of the metal would go to use, basically. And he can also make bone claws if he wanted to, since he's eating the bones too. Basically, if he really wants to, he can probably become Wolverine. His height probably increased a little bit. His hunger most definitely. The more mass he consumes, the more he has to eat. To a certain extent, depending on the way it works, I may fix it in the future, but also it enhances an intelligence by a degree. I'll say he gains the memories of those he eats. Yeah, he'll gain the memory of those he eats. Hello there. He gains the memories of those he eats, while also, bro, can you like not? I'm trying to make a video and you're making it very difficult, man. See through the world. You do no damage. So yeah, as long as it follows the rules of physics, he's able to do it, basically. That's basically what I'm trying to say. As long as it's humanly possible in human physiology and whatnot, he's able to do it. He can probably even become Nemesis if he flippin' wanted to from Resident Evil. Like, bruh. The only thing, though, he can't use his full power, because if he was, to use his full power, think of it almost like a Titan from Attack on Titan, or basically the third form of Nemesis. That's basically what he would look like. Yes, he has his adorable, little human form, but, if he uses his full power, that's a whole nother story. But yeah. Basically any sort of, little monster, or, little, spikes, shooting spikes, or anything like that. I'll say, wood, metal. I'd say metal string would be possible, but not in the way you would expect it to be. I'll say you'd be able to use metal wires, but you'll be very thin and not as what you expect it to be. You'll be very dense wires, but I mean, due to, you in someone's body in general, you don't really have that much iron in your body in general. I mean, given enough people, probably a lot of iron. To a certain extent, I'll say he would. The first ability I'll say he would get would probably be, not metal claws, but just Wolverine claws or saber-tooth claws in general. Because remember, bones are a lot easier to get than flipping metal in the body. So he'll probably immediately be able to become a mutant, basically, with the claws and stuff. I'll say acid. I feel like he would be able to spit acid because, as I said, he eats everything a part of the human. So he would gain the body acid, meaning he can basically become a xenomorph and spit acid at people. What else? I think it's a poison acid. I think it's acid if I remember right. He has basically flippant hawk sight because he also gains the eyesight. The more things he eats of that specific item, let's say his arm, he gets more arm strength. If he eats eyes, he gets more sight. He gets better sight. If he eats someone with a very high IQ, it would adapt to his IQ, so increasing his own IQ. When it comes to quirks, though, I don't think any quirks will work unless it's a mutation type quirk. Emitters don't work for him. Unless it's Bakugo's, because Bakugo's is technically mutation and an emitter. It's not an emitter, but mutation. Nitroglycerin. The reason why he's always angry all the time is because nitroglycerin, its effects on people, if you don't have a high enough adrenaline to have that nitroglycerin in your body, you would, pass out, basically. I still don't like Bakugo, but basically, you have to have adrenaline if you have nitroglycerin in your blood. Or not blood, but, skin. So let's say he eats Bakugo or something. He'll gain Bakugo's nitroglycerin ability, but not as a quirk, but as, a mutation, a human mutation. He would be very, not angry, not to his view, almost like an Aizen thing. He's, secretly hiding his emotions. Kind of like that. He's very good at controlling his emotions. And even so, I feel like the only way that would actually work is if he, actively eats or basically becomes a monster from monster trucks and, actively eats gasoline to gain the ability, then it would constantly be the ability. But I feel like I don't think he would gain the ability. He would only be able to gain the ability of basically being like somewhat resistant to explosions, I'll say. Let's say Ida. I'll say the only thing he would gain from Ida is flipping a lot of speed. Or not speed, but like leg strength. Because man's legs are flipping built for like speed. Even without his quirk, his legs are built for speed. Like, bruh. Man's calves are built. Let's say... Would he gain anything from... I don't think he would gain anything from eating Uraka. I mean, I don't think Uraka has that many useful features. No, because she has a weak stomach, so she wouldn't... Actually, the stomach can actually be probably useful for Deku, because he can probably use the weak stomach almost as, like, an static ability. So just in case he doesn't have to make himself, you know, throw up, he can just use that weak stomach of hers to kind of almost, you know, kind of already activate it, you know, on command, just, and then just spit acid in your face. So yeah. Mina, you'll probably be able, you know, just increase, as I said, probably just increase the acidicy, or acid properties of the acid, melting properties of the acid. While also being very flexible, I guess. You'll probably make them very flexible. But at the same time, you can't really be, I mean, you can be flexible. I mean, I'll think about it. I mean, technically you can be flexible. I mean, guarantee this man's gonna be heavy. Because if he's eating people left and right, that man's gonna be like, flipping 1,000 pounds. And like, be just, yeah, the man's gonna weigh a lot. Just gonna take that for sure. What are you again for Takayami? I'll say he would get the liking to the dark from Takayami, because I'm pretty sure Takayami likes the dark. Just based on like his emo-ness, I guess. Almost like a xenomorph, you'll probably gain, you know, hunt in the dark or something like that. But yeah. Koda, I think it was. He would gain speech to animals, or just when, you know, his instincts will talk to animals, because usually animals can't really feel our instincts. So if he eats Koda, he'll gain, you know, the ability to talk to animals, and probably would evolve his abilities to have animals, you know, instinctively feel him. So, unlike normal animals, how they can't really feel our instincts, because I think a certain amount of animals, like dogs and stuff, he would feel. Like, animals are like, hi, human. And then immediately, as soon as my man's hungry, like, I'm gonna go this direction, bro. I'm sorry, but like, human, you kind of freaking me out. I'm gonna go this direction, bro. So, yeah. And it's not just that, it's not like that, it's just not that spot. It's just the entire area in general. Like, this man, he also gains the bloodlust as well of the person, and gains bloodlust from every body he eats. So man's about to be stained with that bloodlust, bruh. Man's about to be a whole Tokyo Ghoul. But yeah. I will say though, like, things like paralysis or things like that, depending on how big and at the time of point of his body mass is, could or wouldn't work on him. Because I know certain people, depending on their body mass, it would maybe work and maybe not work. Let's say, you know, you're a small person, certain poisons will work on you more than, you know, a very built and like 6-foot person or like 7-foot person would. Very built. But yeah. He'll probably also gain the ability... Airy. I feel like he'll just gain a very fast regen quirk or regeneration property via Airy. For Overhaul, if he ever Overhaul, I feel like he'll just get the ability to like fuse himself with items, almost like The Thing. If you ever seen the movie The Thing, he's able to fuse, the alien's able to fuse itself with, you know, itemals and stuff, whatnot. Yeah, if he ate Overhaul, he would most definitely gain that ability. Most definitely. He wouldn't gain the Reconstruction, Deconstruction, but he would get that, Fusion ability, though. Stain, he'll probably get the Bloodlust on top of, like, the flipping skills and whatnot of Stain. And the Instincts, and I had the all G's of Stain or something like that. Yeah, what else we got? I think I was supposed to be coming with like a Korag Deku. We're using Power Rangers Mystic Force Korag. Let's see. I was also gonna do a King Draken. What if Deku's King Draken at one point, or at least a proper version of King Draken? I was gonna have him, I don't know, be like the first Power Ranger, and then I'll say people try, or the government or Hero Association try to copy Deku's thing, and inevitably leaving the power grid or morphing grid energy to evildoers, enraging Deku, and basically leading him to killing people that aren't supposed to have the grid, which is basically all of them except for himself. But yeah. Which leads on to, the King Draken, or Lord Draken part, where Lord Draken kills all the Rangers and basic gains their abilities or power coins and morphers and whatnot. Yeah, he'd be like, bro, y'all have something that's not yours. You're using something that's not yours. You didn't even ask my permission to use that. I'ma end you. Top of the deal. Like, basically give it the equivalent that someone's using One For All. Like basically, say, splitting One For All in different people. So giving each portion of One For All to a different person. Basically, that's what's happening. That's basically what's happening. That's a pretty good idea, though. Oh, snap. I might actually do that. Yeah, imagine Deku's like, I can feel this power. It's only once. You know what? Now that I think that probably would be possible, because technically, in the Power Rangers universe, you can use the same color of Power Ranger, but you have to have a different morpher. Pretty sure. I think that's how it works. You can activate it, but you have to activate it differently every time if it's the same color. That's why every person has a different morpher. They activate different parts of that color. Yeah, that's probably how I would do it. That'd be pretty dope. I'll say... Yeah, I'll say All Might was trying to... I'll say the Hero Association forgot about All For One, and they kind of left him in the shadows, not remembering him while he was just plotting. They're only trying to get All Might, and they found out about his power through one of his associates, or I'll say they found out about it through Night Eye, because I'll say Night Eye was talking about it, and one of the Hero Association members were kind of just, at the door at the time, trying to like, hey, yo, Night Eye, I also found a fire you. And then, he kind of just puts his ear to the door. Yo, All Might has a quirk that can be passed down. As, they try to figure out, as, comes in the morphers, you have to have a different morpher for each color. And technically, since All For One or One For All is, stockpile quirk, it can be used multiple times. Just in a different way. Like how Deku has the multiple quirks. In this case, each person would get a different quirk from each user of One For All. That's where Deku comes in. Since Deku is basically, the final user of One For All, he'll be like, bro, yo, I can make All My Zordon. Yo, that shit will be lit. Imagine. A very hyped up Zordon. Well, Rangers, don't worry, you're heroes. You got this. Yeah, imagine that. A very hyped up Zordon. Well, they found out how to, like, conserve All Might's essence or, like, mind in some sort of tube. Don't worry. You Rangers, you got this. You'll be able to defeat a One For All and his goons. All For One and his goons. I can just imagine that now. Young Midoriya. Bro, I can totally imagine that. Yeah. I'll say that would be possible. I'll say they do somehow capture Midoriya. Midoriya had no idea on what this happened. All Might thought if he didn't tell Midoriya, he would keep him in the clear, but, you know, since they're always watching All Might 24/7, yeah, they capture Midoriya. They try to extract One For All from him, but the only thing they extracted from him was the past users of One For All. I'll say a bit of the actual One For All's power, and that only led Deku with the evolution. Since, you know, One For All always evolves rapidly with every generation. And due to its new generation and since it's Deku, it can evolve as much as it wants. Since Deku doesn't have a quirk, it can evolve and change as much as it wants. So that happens. Midoriya's kind of, you know, kicked out, erased memories, or whatever you can say. Midoriya wakes up. And since technically, if you hear me out, technically, since One For All is original user was All For One, hear me out. He created the quirk and gave it to his brother, so technically he's the first user. When they take out all the users of One For All, and all, you know, the good aspects of One For All, just leaving the pure raw power of One For All to Deku, All For One gets his connection back to One For All and starts to mold Deku. Almost like what was her name? What was her name? What was her name? I can't remember her name. The main villain for Power Rangers. Might have from Power Rangers. What's her name? Villain of Mighty More Power Rangers. Okay, there you go. Rio Pulsa. That's what it's called. I didn't even need to search that up. Rio Pulsa. Yeah, oh wow. I remember the name before I could even search it up. Rio Pulsa. Basically, like Rio Pulsa starts to manipulate Deku almost, like molding him. Molding him not into a villain, but into a source of power. Because he knows very well. Man, the One For All quirk knows that this is its last user, or knows that this is the user is the most, how do you say, reasonable to stay with. This part, it chose, like, let's say it had a choice to leave Deku, but it didn't. Because it saw his pure heart. It chose him. So it adapts to his personality, almost like the Omnitrix does with Ben Tennyson. It adapts to Deku. It adapts to his personality. So it adapts. And basically, All For One, with the connection with One For All now, starts to mold Deku into almost like a symbol of power. Starts to put ideologies into his own ideologies into him. While the power itself is almost basically all One For All itself is basically sentient too, but not as sentient as, you know, All For One, since All For One is All For One. It's complicated, but it's kind of its own sentient being as well, which is where we get the Zord from. When Midoriya uses more power than his body's supposed to, it creates this Zord. This Zord is almost his spirit animal, or whatever destructive thing that he comes up with. It kind of combines his pure heartness, which is the White Tiger, and combines it with the Dino Zord, or the Green Ranger, due to the manipulation of All For One. It starts molding him and forming him into King Draken. As we all know from King Draken's story, he backstabs Rio Propulsa and kind of basically makes his own empire. Well, after a certain amount of time, he figures out All For One's manipulating him and uses that to his advantage, turning the tides. Meaning that when he eventually gets his memories back, but he doesn't remember who he is, though. And he always has the Power Ranger suit on. So, since he's able to directly go into the morphing grid, since he has no quirk, like, I'll say All Might was able to do that, or has the capabilities to do that, but since he died, I say he is stuck in the power grid, but not in, like, the direct power grid, more on the side power grid. So he's kind of stuck in this capsule, as you know. I'll say inevitably the Power Rangers, or inevitably people find out, I'll say people like Lady Nagant steal All Might's sentience and, brain or, thought process and, like, this tube thing, while stealing all the other power coins and whatnot. And inevitably give them to people who are worthy. Leading on to, UA and, Bakugo, Ida, Uraka, or whoever you see as, that deserves one. And Midoriya, he had the ability to stop this. He was right there when it did happen. He was planning the attack, but found something interesting. He found if One For All can make Power Rangers, why couldn't he make them himself? Since One For All is always molding and manipulating and evolving and adapting, he can create his own morphers. Using the power evolved from anyone's perspective, since it's not always being tampered with, it can always evolve freely, he can create, while he evolves himself, One For All evolves with him. So he creates, thinks, forms his own Power Rangers. And that's where the idea basically comes from. I may make that before anything else, because honestly, that's probably fresh out my head. So, that's probably come out. Hopefully, if I don't have any time for anything, I'll probably make that video. Hopefully it happens, but yeah. Peace, everyone.